you feeling overwhelmed, guess what? This too shall come to pass. We all experience tough times. And I know that sometimes we find our struggles to be like, how long is this going to be a tough time? How long is this going to be a struggle? We all experience that. But the good thing is, it doesn't last forever. How do I know? I'm going to share a tough time of my own. Growing up, I come from a two-parent home. I'm sure if you guys been following me on Instagram, basically on Instagram or even here, you may have heard me say that I come from a divorced household. And that was a tough time for me because you got to think about it. All I knew was my mother and father. I grew up in a house with my mother and father. Then becoming a teenager is when my parents got a divorce, which was very heartbreaking for me because I didn't know what to do. And I do give kudos to my parents because my parents did not nicker and bick all the time. We didn't see anything that could be dysfunctional in our household. So when we heard about the divorce, we were lost. My sister and my brother, just as lost as I was because we didn't see that. We didn't see no fighting. We didn't see all of that. So I definitely give that to my parents for respecting us without even showing us anything that could have been already falling apart. We didn't see it front scene. Thank God for that. I think that is the route to go, which nowadays people just don't care. Oh, these kids, so what? I'm grown. They do. Nah, but that's a whole nother video. But I'm going to stay on track. So first, I experienced my parents getting a divorce. Broke me into pieces. Then, let alone about about 2 years after that, who got pregnant? Me. Very, very tough time. Because not only was it tough for me, but then I started to think, what are other people going to say about me? Yeah. Yeah, me, TiffanyTooReal, cared at one point what other people was going to say about her. And that was when I was pregnant. Because I knew being a teenager, what am I going to do? Who can I call to help? Who am I going to tell? God, when is this going to end? What is the ending part of this? I don't even foresee what is about to happen on my journey right now. I have a brain fog. I just didn't know what to do. All I could do was pray and write to God. Cry out to him. When I would take my showers, I would be in there hours just crying. Like, what's the end? I don't know what to do. And it had me so overwhelmed, not only because I was pregnant and didn't know what to do, but the surroundings that I had was not very supportive. The surroundings that I had made everything worse. And what do I mean by that? What you gonna do? Don't nobody want you. Nobody gonna take care of you and your baby. You might as well give your baby up for adoption. You might as well have an abortion. I mean, everything that you can think of that made my situation more confusing and more of a tough time than what it was just crumbled. So therefore, when I was hearing all that, it just made me realize, like, okay, God, I just want to give up. I had suicidal thoughts, running away. Like, where was I going to go? I already was in places that was very much uncomfortable for me. Very much felt unwanted there. Very much felt like I was belittled on the daily. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but that's not me. I knew that wasn't me. Those were not my thoughts because I have always had love inside of me. That was never a question. It's just that I end up going through tough times on my journey. that had me question God. Was I really listening to him correctly? Was I really understanding about this gift that he has on my life? Is why I started to question him. Because what am I going to do with a baby at my age? Until one day, I really, really, really was just down in the shower, because that was the only time that I had to myself, was in the shower, in the bathroom. And I was bawling and I was bawling and I was praying and I was bawling, crying. And I heard God's voice say, Tiffany, I got you. Stop worrying about what other people say about you. Because what they say is not so. It's what I say about you that is. I said, okay, God. So immediately when I heard that, I started wiping my tears away. And I'm like, did I just hear you, God? And he said, yes, you did. Wipe your tears away and things are turning around for you. But I need you to believe in me, trust in me, have faith in me, and don't lose your hope. And don't lose your hope. I said, okay, I'm good. And from that day on, it gave me strength that I never thought that I would have before. So when things continue to come against me through people, through situations, I was able to respond back in a way that did not affect me. That did not affect me. Because I knew what God told me. And I knew that anything else that was not of him, that it was not going to prosper. That it was not going to prosper at all. I mean, I done been took to defects to be given up for adoption. Me be given up for adoption. Because they didn't want anything to do with me or my baby. I've been drove to the abortion clinic. That didn't work. Nothing worked that was trying to break me down even more. Nothing worked. The only thing that worked was me following God, me trusting in God, my faith, my hope, all of that good stuff. Doors started to open for me the more that I leaned and pressed on into him. And not on my own understanding, and definitely not what the surroundings was telling me, because I didn't hear anything good. Not one thing good from one person. Not one thing. So then I knew, Tiffany, you mute to them, but you listen to God. And so that the point of me sharing all of that is for you that feel like your tough time is not going to end. It is. But you have to stop listening to those surroundings that's making it worse. And you have to make up in your mind who you are, who you going to listen to, and who you going to follow. Because if you don't follow God, and if you don't start to mute your ears to that unsupportive, to those unsupportive voices, then that's what you're going to drown in. And I know that you're tired of drowning today. Because if you watch this video this far in, you're tired. You're tired. But know that I am cheering for you. God is there for you. Just trust him. Lean in on him. I'm not telling you anything that sounds good. I'm telling you something that I know was good for me, has been, is, and I know will be. God has never failed me. Never failed me. He gave me the strength that I need to walk through, but he has not failed me. And I am a true believer that he never will. So I want to encourage you today. Press in. Keep unfolding the person that God has created, and mute your ears to those unsupportive words. You don't have to go back and forth with them. Just mute that unsupportive voice and press in, because it's not the situation, what we're going through, but it's how we respond in the situation. So I'm going to sign off by saying, press in to God, continue to unfold who God created you to be, and know that your situation is not forever. This is only temporary, and God is preparing you for your next level. And be okay with everybody not coming along on your journey. And be okay with welcoming who God is preparing you to be on your journey. Because sometimes in life, we will reject the wrong people. But as long as you pressing in and God and following him and unfolding the person that God created you to be, you don't have nothing to worry about. You don't have nothing to worry about. All that stressing and worrying and much more. What can I say? You don't have to worry about being a people pleaser. You don't have to worry about what people gonna say, because it don't even matter. Because God got you. So I'm going to sign off with that. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, comment and share. And until next time, you got this. Not because I said so, but because God